She thought quitting her job would finally give her peace. Instead, 3 nights later, at exactly 9:17 p.m., a knock on her apartment door changed everything, because standing there wasn't just her boss. It was the man who never begged, never chased, never explained himself, and he was holding a truth he had never planned to say out loud. Maya Alvarez stared at the resignation email one last time before hitting send. Her hands were steady, but her chest wasn't. 5 years at Hartwell Innovations. 5 years of 12-hour days, missed birthdays, cold dinners, and a silence that grew heavier every time she looked across the conference table at Ethan Hartwell, the CEO who trusted her with everything except his heart. She didn't quit because the job was hard. She quit because staying hurt more than leaving. Everyone in the company knew Ethan Hartwell as the disciplined single dad CEO who rebuilt a collapsing tech firm while raising a 6-year-old son alone. What no one knew was how human he became after 7 p.m., when the boardrooms emptied and the echo of his son's laughter faded into a quiet house. Maya had seen that side, by accident at first, then by design. Late nights turned into shared takeout. Strategy meetings turned into conversations about grief, loss, and the terrifying responsibility of being someone a child depends on. But lines existed, invisible, sharp lines. Maya respected them until respecting them meant erasing herself. The day she quit, Ethan didn't react. No argument, no questions, just a nod and a polite, professional, "I understand." That hurt more than if he had shouted. She packed her desk under the curious stares of coworkers who thought she was crazy for leaving a job people begged for. None of them knew she was leaving a man she loved quietly, completely, and without permission. 3 days passed. Silence. Maya told herself that closure didn't need an explanation. That she was strong enough to walk away without being chased. Then came the knock. She opened the door expecting a neighbor or a delivery. Instead, Ethan stood there, no suit, no assistant, no authority shield. Just a tired man holding his car keys like he wasn't sure what to do with his hands. His eyes searched her face the way someone looks for something they're afraid is already gone. "I accepted you quitting," he said softly, voice uneven. "Just not losing you." The words didn't sound rehearsed. They sounded like they'd been fighting their way out for days. Maya stepped back, stunned, letting him inside. He didn't sit right away. He paced, like a man standing on unfamiliar ground. He told her about his son asking why Maya stopped coming around. About the empty chair at meetings that suddenly felt louder than any argument. About how he mistook control for strength and silence for safety. "I built walls so high," Ethan admitted, "that even I forgot what I was protecting." Maya listened, tears blurring the edges of the room. She wanted to believe him, but love had taught her caution. Words were easy. Staying was hard. When he finally left that night, nothing was decided. No promises, no dramatic kiss. Just a quiet understanding that something unfinished still lived between them, and that unfinished thing was about to demand everything from both of them. Hook. Maya believed the knock on her door was the hardest moment. She was wrong. The hardest moment came when Ethan stood in a boardroom weeks later, looked at everything he'd built, and chose to risk losing it all, because some loves don't survive silence, and some people don't come back twice. Maya started over. New job, smaller office, less pay, more air in her lungs. She told herself that healing didn't require answers, only distance. But distance didn't erase the memory of a man who once trusted her with his child's favorite bedtime story. Ethan, meanwhile, unraveled quietly. Not in public, not in headlines, but in the spaces where Maya used to be. He realized how much of his life had been managed, optimized, and emotionally postponed. He saw how fear had disguised itself as responsibility. The breaking point came when his son asked, "Dad, do you ever stop loving someone because it's scary?" That night, Ethan made a decision most CEOs never would. At the next board meeting, he announced he was stepping back. Not quitting, but redefining. He refused another promotion expansion. Refused another acquisition. He chose presence over power. Time over control. And then, he showed up again. This time, not at her door. At her new office. No grand speech. Just honesty. "I don't want you back as my assistant," he said. "I want you beside me. Equal, messy, real. And if you say no, I'll respect it, but I won't hide anymore." Maya cried, not because she was weak, but because she was finally seen. She didn't answer right away. Love, she had learned, should never rush healing. Weeks passed. Conversations replaced assumptions. Boundaries became bridges. Ethan learned how to listen without fixing. Maya learned how to trust without disappearing. The day she finally said yes wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. They were sitting on the floor helping his son build a crooked Lego tower. Ethan looked at her and smiled, not like a CEO, not like a protector, but like a man grateful to be chosen.